What's up, y'all? Okay, look, it's been a week, okay? Y'all can see. First off, let me give y'all a slight tour. New house, new kitchen, okay? Um, yeah. Welcome back, first and foremost, to another episode of Simply Complicated Chats with your amazing host, Tanisha Marie. No, y'all can go outside. I should not see children for the next hour. Y'all better go enjoy yourself outside. Thank you. Um, we are getting adjusted to life here in the new place. Okay. As you can see, I am out of my comfort zone. I am still trying to get everything organized and unpacked. Shit, moved here to the house. First off, let's start there. But tonight we have an amazing conversation. So I need my people here. Where are my regulars? Because I'm trying to chit chat. So that means I need somebody here talking to me, and I need all the tea because I'm about to give y'all my business, and I'm trying to see, am I losing it? Because I think I'm losing it. I might be losing it. My best friend thought I joined the Korean church today because she was stalking me, checking my location and shit. I didn't join the Korean church, people. I didn't, I promise. But I was next door. Hi, Brian. How are you? Okay, look, I'm glad you popped in first. Because where's my girl at? She's not here yet. Oh, there she is. Then hi, Amanda. I was just looking for you. So Brandon, damn it. Brandon must be talking about me, DC. He gonna shoot me a text. Watch. I promise you he's gonna text me or he's gonna call me between tonight and tomorrow. He's thinking about me. It's all right. I miss him too. I'm gonna have to shoot him a text. But Brian, help me understand. Are you sharing your location with somebody that you are not in a fully committed relationship with? If so, why? Hi, Walter. Yes, you could come and give me some advice too. I need it all. I'm trying to learn from my elders, especially I wanted to have a man on here with us tonight, but everybody's scared to come talk to me. It's crazy. Everybody's scared to come talk to me. And I don't know why. I feel like I am the easiest person to sit and have a conversation with. And as y'all can see, y'all boy ain't been here in the last couple of weeks because we separated. I don't know what that was about. Brian said, no, ma'am, I do not disclose my location to women. They stalk. Okay, so look, check this, right? I'm a different type of breed. And I don't know. Sometimes this gets me the results I want. And then sometimes I think I bite off more than I can chew. I'm woman enough to admit that when I can sometimes bite off more than I can chew. Because right now I have a gentleman that I'm dealing with, and openly knowing, everybody knows I live a poly life. So I'm not really constricting anybody to anything. So with that, we all know this man got hoes. Okay. And I wasn't aware of how many hoes he had until I was able to get his phone in my hand and see for myself. And that wasn't me being sneaky. It wasn't me being nosy or any of that. He gave it to me. So he told me that he would share his location with me, and then it should just no, when you do it on your phone, it should tell you to share it with you because your number should. I'm screaming. So he gave it to me, okay, and I asked for it initially. I did, and it was more so of a joke because I didn't really think he was gonna give it to me. Mind you, I said this man has hoes. I know he has hoes, so I didn't think he was gonna give it to me. But when we started talking, the man was like, "Oh, I really like you. Woo, woo. I ain't like nobody in a long time." Backstory: he was married for 12 years. Him and his wife divorced previously, and then they remarried, and they're separated now. So I just put y'all in my business. I am talking to a married man, but like I said, they're separated legally. She lives in another state, he lives here. So I don't play like that. I don't do married men. If you are still living with your wife actively and y'all are cohabitating as a couple, no, I will not play your side bitch. Okay, like I say, I like my poly life open and lie free. We don't do lies around here. That's my number one rule. Do not lie to me, to other parties involved, nobody, because I don't want to have to get any part of that backlash. Okay. Amanda, busy. Okay. Way too fucking busy. Okay. Let's start there. So, but you can bring that chair in. You can bring that chair in. I'll say that you ain't got to leave it out there. So yeah, I'm like, good thing is it hasn't been that long that we've been seeing each other and doing, oh shit, it's all right. I'm finna clean up. It hasn't been that long, couple weeks, but I love the honesty of it more than anything. So I think that's mainly the thing that's keeping me around, is the fact that I can sit and have honest conversation, and I can also be a woman and be in my feelings when I want to. Like, he allows that space. Now, where the kicker comes in at is that, hey, he allows that space, but at the same time, his ass ignores me. And I'm not going to say he ignores me, but when I'm texting and I'm in my feelings, he reads my shit and goes on about his day. And then he'll hit me a couple hours later like, hey, you all right? You cool? What you doing? So kind of blows over my little emotional spats, I guess you would say. That annoys the fuck out of me. I'm not going to hold you. If I have one thing that I would nitpick about, that would be it. Simple fact, I am the person that you can be honest with, the most honest with, I feel. Like, why wouldn't you want to tell me everything? Or why wouldn't you? I see you talking to these bitches when I'm around. So why you not talking to me when these hoes around? Or when you around these hoes? And not to call them hoes, but, just for a good time. The fuck? Especially when I got your location and I know where you are. What's the point? Or is it that he's thinking, since I got his location and I know where he at, I shouldn't even be hitting him up at this time? Please, somebody help me understand, because I think that's my question that I'm getting at here. Like, how am I supposed to be playing this? Because I don't know. It's too open for me. I've never gotten this far with a man to be this open with me. So I think I'm kind of like hitting a wall that I've never experienced. So I need some help. I need some understanding. Because I like Buddy. He cool. It's not the top of my pick, but for the moment, for me to just have somebody to deal with. No, Amanda. So, I do poly. I'm not here for a committed relationship. That's boring right now for me. I'm not going to lie to you. Me and my friends have discovered that I love the toxicity of the lifestyle I live at this point, because that's obviously what the fuck it is. I get a kick out of it. Some odd reason. Who knows? I don't know. Let's blame my childhood trauma, because that has to be the motherfucking motivation behind any of this, right? But he's married and legally separated from his wife. So therefore, he is in the moment of, and he's 42. He's going through a fucking old man crisis. Sorry to all the old men listening, but he's going through a fucking old man crisis, okay? And I'm not one to really stop that. Like, I don't really want to be everything for you. Like, that's not one of my top picks right now. Like, I got a lot going on. I registered for school. I'm working a new job, still got the kids, and I'm pulling the kids out to homeschool. So it's just like, I can't afford to be a man's one and only, the everything you need when you want to get up and go, because you have a freer life than I do. So I think at this moment, I'm more so protecting myself, because if you cheat on me, then I got to kill you. Because why? You could have just said you wanted another bitch and we could have just got one. But niggas don't like being honest like that. So it's kind of counterproductive. That's why we're here tonight, because in this entire time that I've been living this lifestyle, these last couple of years, I have yet to meet a man that was so open and honest with me. Like, I can honestly say to the man ain't lied about shit. I can fact check everything he says. And now that I have location, it's like even worse because I can really fact check what's going on. But at the same time, my issue is where I'm being a brat and I'm being a bug because I want attention when I want it, is this man not giving it to me. So is that a con to my situation? Is that oh my God, did we just make a breakthrough? Is that a con to my situation? Like, I can't have this man's full undivided attention because he's not mine exclusively? Is that what this is? Oh, fuck. I don't know. Okay, now, I think we might be getting somewhere, and I don't know how I'm feeling about that. I don't know how I'm feeling about that because then that means that I got to stop being a brat. And who's to say that I really want to do that? No, that's not how this goes. It doesn't go that way in my world. It's more so of, if you want to be here, you got to show that you want to be here. And I mean, I feel like that entering anybody else's world too. So I kind of do what I do because that's just what I do and who I am. So I just feel like match the energy. But at the same time, we can't really match the energy.
I found you a man. Should I send a link?
Oh, yes. Who is it?
Hold on.
Oh, I gotta guess, y'all. Look, I've been looking for one. Okay, none of the men that I asked to come talk to me tonight wanted to come sit down and talk to me because I don't know. Everybody's scared of my conversations. Okay, everybody be like, "What you talking about? Wait, what's this? What is that?" And I'm just like, "Bro, come on. I'm not a man basher. I don't find the need to bash men. I love y'all too much. That's a double-edged sword to sit here and bash y'all. Now the ones that ain't shit ain't shit."
All right. So when he shows up, at least give him an idea what he's talking about.
Okay. And so, yeah, I call the ones on their bullshit.
You know what? I'm going to read you the text. Tanisha is looking for a live man's opinion. Want to come play? He said, let's do it. I think my question is this. What do you do? What do you have to men that makes them want to do dumb shit? Like,
everybody want to come play Treasure Island.
But what? You got to make that shirt next. Come play with Treasure Island. Island. You might need to make that a segment.
Oh, yeah. See, DC always giving me ideas for stuff. This is why we're not going to stop, okay? Because this podcast is going to be so much more than just us having weekly conversations. Like, once I get my life together, baby, we are going to have a whole network of y'all and me every day of the fucking week doing something for some reason, enjoying each other because that's why I'm here. We're going to learn, we're going to laugh, we're going to love.
So I already told her. I'll put my picture up there. I ain't afraid of this shit. If and when she gets her shit straight and she can go daily, I will have a co-host in the morning. Now, here's the bad part. Her morning and my morning ain't the same. So we got to figure something out. But if she wanted to go daily, I've been looking for a female co-host for years. I would rock with her in 2 seconds. But she's got to get a lot of stuff straightened out.
Yeah, it's almost there though, for sure.
She's busy. She's busy.
It's okay. We finna make this work. I'm finna have multiple little streams of income coming on in.
So let me understand something, okay? Can you define for the people on the radio what a brat is? Not like if you're not that you're being a brat, but like people might take the word and think it's something else. So what do you define the word brat as so people understand what you're calling yourself?
To me, being a brat is really just subtly throwing a temper tantrum. Because nothing I do is really explosive. I don't like to explode. And if I feel like I gotta explode, then that means you're turning me into something that I'm not. So if that's honestly, it's a woman being in her femininity. You're purring, so to say, as a cat.
I
That's
think
that
where my
moment of
confusion comes in is this: you don't want to be some guy's everything. Oh, here he comes. Have fun. Wait, I'm going to still ask because he can hear. That will make an idea here. You don't want to be some guy's everything, okay? But when you want attention, you want it now. I think
yeah,
that is extremely bratty.
yeah. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying. So
all
it's
right.
just like,
Well, I'm going to introduce your man that took the bait, Mister. I see what you're doing.
What up, man?
hey,
How you doing tonight, Tanisha?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm working. I'm always working, man. I'm hanging.
Man, look, tell me about it. That's a story in my life. That's why we're here. Okay,
Okay.
here. So okay, it shouldn't be my car, but the keys right there. Um, tonight's segment is about my love life
Okay.
and how I'm operating. I know we've had a couple conversations, so I don't know if you remember. I kind of live a poly lifestyle.
Yeah.
You said no.
I didn't know that, but I mean, hey, man,
Okay,
you
so
gotta talk to me every day.
yeah, I mean, kind of to an extent because I don't really date exclusively since I got divorced.
Okay.
So hey, chill out. So I really don't. I don't date exclusively,
Okay.
and the guy that I am dating at the moment is currently married, but he's separated legally from his wife. They live in two different states. Um, and my man's got a plethora of hoes. Okay, and I just so happen to throw myself in this pond of fish that he's fucking taken care of, I guess, so to say.
Okay. Okay.
So now the thing is, the relationship dynamic that we have, I'm guessing, is a little tighter than what he has with the other women that he's seen. And I
Right.
don't know how many he's seeing on a regular basis. I am for sure of two that I've actually met. We've
Okay.
all been in the same areas and whatnot, but it's been nothing but peace. So that's a good thing to me. That's a plus because if we can all coexist and we know, then it is what it is. Because even when we all in the same area, my man's is not shy about shit he's doing. He will literally talk to all of us. Okay,
Okay.
so it's no mistreatment anywhere for anybody, which I don't really mind because I be doing my own thing. But me and him share locations. So now that I can see his location, when I'm texting or calling, if he's somewhere other than being at home or at work, he's not responding majority of the time. I won't say completely all the time, but majority of the time. And I'm wondering, like, is he thinking because I got his location and I know that, he occupied that I shouldn't be calling or texting? Or am I being a brat because I don't purposely call or text when he's away or when I know he's somewhere else? Because half the time I don't look at the location before I call or text. I just do it.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see, am I being a brat?
No, I think that well, I think that unless y'all have established that the boundary that you can't, then you shouldn't consider that you're a rat because I mean, let's just remember you are we all still human and no pun intended, but you are a woman and I mean emotions and everything come into play and I'm sure you got feelings for him. So I mean
For sure.
if there's a time in there where you missing him and his presence. So you just want to make sure that he okay and you want to make sure regardless of what the location is, he could be his phone could say that location.
Right.
Thing. So I don't think you've been the brat. I think you just been a woman and you operate from an honest place because I've always known you for as long as I've known you to be an honest, upfront person. So I don't think that you operate from a place of being the brat. I just think that a woman that you are standing up and saying, "Hey, I miss you right now," and you may just want to hear his voice, and then that's enough for you. I mean, so I wouldn't consider it being a brat. I don't think that's the case.
See, and this is why I don't be feeling like I be wrong about some shit, because men really be agreeing with me. I don't do too much, and I don't do too much on purpose, because as a woman, I've kind of grasped the concept of what it is that women do to nag men and make them feel totally opposite of what they've been feeling.
You should probably say that a lot. You should probably explain that to them a lot because a lot of them don't hear that about
Yeah,
what it
and I think that's really what it is, because it's just like, if you know your person, it's just certain stuff that shouldn't even be considered in your situation. And I just feel like with that, but it comes with a lot of communication. And I think that's what a lot of people are not doing in their relationships, is communicating.
right.
And I think that's my biggest thing here with him, is more so just like, nigga, I don't care what you doing. You could just shoot a text. Hey, babe, I'm gonna hit you, when I get done or when I leave, anything. But to leave me on red, that shit grinds my gears.
Right. So it might be and I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying, so you might be coming to a place where my man being complacent and he's starting to get a little lax. You feel me? And I'm not hating on nobody by no means, because I don't hate on women. That's just not in my DNA. But I'm going to tell you honestly, and then DC might get on my ass later because I'm giving out this kind of information. But when you get comfortable doing something and you reach a level of comfort, behind that, once you become complacent, you begin to neglect. You feel me? Because I got her out, I have to keep up the same things and do the same things. But I got it. That's my woman. You feel me? So, and then some dudes become immune to the idea that somebody else can slide in and get them from you. You feel me? And if he know your personality and how you move, then he like, shit, he got to be on top of the game A1 to knock me out of my position.
Oh, well, he definitely got a taste of it this weekend. So, because we've been going through this little situation of him not responding, I done had the location for about a week, maybe a week and a half. But because we was going through this situation beforehand, Thursday night, when he went to his little regular bar on Thursday, I ended up popping up at the bar. And not because I had the location, but because I knew you would be here. Yes, ma'am. I'll take that.
Okay, so I mean, you laying down kind of in that particular case, kind of mark your territory. You feel me?
Yeah.
Somebody said something here. I can't really see.
Robin say, "Wow, look, it's the professional agitator on another show on the Trinity station."
Okay, Robin, hold off and let's do it Thursday now. Hold on.
I'm hollering. She's trying to pregame.
Yeah, let's do it Thursday, Robin, because I missed you last week. So let's not do that here today on Tanisha Show. Because
wait a minute. Oh, y'all, you and Robin got history, huh?
She should listen to what's being told, because I think she got more time right now to come on a lot of shows, and Robin got a crush on me. That's what the problem is. Robin got a crush on me. But so I think you marked your territory, and you may have, I don't know whether you guys have addressed the feelings that you have for each other totally. You feel me? Because I mean, if y'all understood the dynamic of y'all relationship, then I mean, showing up might have been a little bit over excessive.
Well, no. Okay, so look, because like I say, you know me, I'm not going to do too much. I don't want to make my blood boil, so I ain't going up there to do too much. It's a public place. I had your location. I've been watching your location. I've been texting and calling you all day, and I could have been popped up on you wherever you was at throughout the day. Right. I waited till we was on neutral territory. and it's fair game. So, you know, I popped up there real slick, just popped in, seeing everybody, you know, talked to everybody, hugged everybody, his brother, his sister, the whole nine. Then I went and I just stood next to him.
Okay.
Because
So
I peeped scene before I really made my move to make sure, you know, one nobody else standing too close to him or see what was going on. Because this was before I met the second young lady. So this was, I don't know what she looks like. So, you know, I went in there with a guard up on my own because I don't know what I'm walking into. But it was more so of a subtle, just stand by. And he looked at me. He said, "Hey, babe." I said, "Hi." And then I just looked at him. He said, "What's up?" I ain't say nothing. I looked at him again. He said, "All right, bitch, you're scaring me now. So what the fuck is wrong?"
right. Because um
talking about say something, damn it. I say no. I've been saying something all day. I'm trying to understand why you ain't responded to me. No text, no nothing. Then you text me hours later and tell me I'm gonna call you in a little bit and ain't heard from you. And here it is another 4 hours later. So he say, "I'm with my friend. She been with me all day." He said I was gonna call you and I left here. That's crazy, but all right.
yeah,
So
so
we had our little moment and our little exchange, and then I went and I talked to the rest of my people, and you know, just parlayed for a little bit. Then I got out of there, so it wasn't too much of a situation. That was more so of me making a little statement in my bratty ways for myself.
so um so I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you said it was three of them, two, three of them, three of y'all, three of y'all,
Yeah.
three of y'all. Okay. Who does he spend the most time with?
If I'm being honest, over this past week that I've had his location to see where he is, I would say it's about divided equally, if as close to possible as it possibly could.
Okay, because I mean, in my head, I'm like, if he's spending time in one place more, he might have caught feelings for somebody more than the other two. If that
Right.
makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Um, but if equally he's still status quo, it could just be he might have something in his head that's got him off and got him moving different. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or he could feel like all three of y'all in a good space, and he might have seen somebody else that he kind of got his eyes on.
Correct. Look, I don't put shit past nobody, and that's why I say like he got a little taste of me this weekend because we went out. I ended up going out with my homegirls on Saturday, and it's a little bar we go to, so they have like a little after hours set, and they go to like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh man,
So we hit that, and when we got there, like the night was just getting started. I'm thinking whole time he's at work because he don't get off work until 2:30. But I know he gonna end up in there at some point throughout the night. But when I got there, he was already there and he was there with the other chick. But I had not looked at his location, so I was unaware of that.
I got you.
So we kick it in a bar. And it just so happens that she comes and sits at the table right next to me and my homegirls. Like I don't know if it was done on purpose or what the case was, but it just so happened it happened. I mean, it was all cordial. He ended up coming over and seeing me, talking to me and stuff, and just we went on about our night. And it was just I don't know. I'm so
I think y'all got a cool setup, man, and I mean it's the perfect setup for for a man. I would say if he can handle that, because I mean, shit, there's a lot of these cats out here, man, can't handle one woman, but they have 3 years. Hey, man, you got to
and
be
I
with
think
it.
that's my biggest thing. It's like that shit's impressive because I ain't met no man that's doing it. And I'm because I've always been the nigga doing it. Like if I've had a couple dudes at a time, I my shit is in line. It's in order. Don't fuck up shit I got going on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Because if
it
you're
takes
not gonna take over whatever he doing, you need to stay where you are. Like, enjoy what we have here. Don't worry about what's going on out there. That's not your concern. That's not your business. Understand, if you trusted me enough to even fuck with me, you trusted me enough to understand that anything that I'm doing outside of you, I'm making sure that everybody I'm dealing with is safe, first and foremost. Secondly, it's nothing, no drama should come to it. I stand very big on that. I don't want to
that's
deal with that shit. If I
that's a
want to
big
deal with that
one.
shit, I'll be lying to everybody.
That's a big one. Now that you made a statement you made a statement that's very important. Uh, when you said that everybody's staying safe because yeah, yeah, that's a scary that's a scary shit.
Oh, for sure. For
How,
sure.
and everybody in the upfront, everybody, and honestly, I guess that's why that particular situation you have doesn't go on a lot because everybody's not in the front and open as y'all
Mm-hmm.
are. I think it's cool to hear. Uh, I can tell you over here on this end of the world, that's it wouldn't fly like that over here over here in South Florida, in Central Florida like that. It wouldn't fly like that. It'd be a whole bunch of fights and stuff. When they show up, they not showing up there
Yep.
check on them. They came in, throw their weight around. That's how that is. And I think that's what the other thing is when they don't like say something because you scare me because you like shit. What is she coming here for? Because it could look innocent and then it could turn into a nightmare or something else. So,
Yep. And that's my biggest thing. I'm really big on nobody being lied to. I feel like everybody should be open to have their choice in what's going on and what they're partaking in. Because if you know, then that means you're going to take your own precautions to make sure you're doing what you got to do to be safe and all of this extra shit because you don't know what the next motherfucker doing. At the end of
right,
the day, you really don't. You can trust what it is that they say they doing, but you really don't know.
exactly. It really comes down to being a grown ass individual, man or woman, whatever you're doing. You just gotta. I think you guys came to a point where you presented something and it was like you can either take it or leave it. And I mean, shit. Yeah.
Yep.
But, man,
Because that's
I
really what
think
it is.
I thought you was single shit. You up until you just told me that shit. I thought you was still single. Hell, I would
I
have thought
mean,
that.
I technically claim that because I mean I let everybody know what's going on. Do I would love to exclusively be with somebody at some point. Um I think I'm still in the healing process that I know I'm not particularly ready to be that for somebody else
Right.
because I know how much I can give and how hard I will go. I've lost myself. So I gotta do some healing and some more finding of who I want to be before I can fully commit myself back to one person. Because once I do that, that means that you're getting all of me. And I need to know the ultimate balance between that so that I don't lose myself again because I went overboard the last time. So yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
think I can understand that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm being very, very safe with my heart, very open minded to a lot of shit right now, just because I've experienced life. And the last shit, I'm 32 now. I met my ex husband when I was 23. So the last almost 10 years, that's, well, besides these last 4 years. So 6 years of my life within the last 10-year span, I was literally with one man and lost all of who I was before him.
yeah, you definitely not. I think you found who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that you I don't know how lost you were, but I think you found who you are.
Yeah, I found a lot of her. I'm still doing a lot of discovering, but I found a lot of her, and I love this version for the simple fact that I am so open and so honest because now I don't allow anybody to kind of shut off my feelings and emotions. Whereas I used to let people do that, and I would suppress them motherfuckers, and to the point that I numbed out of life. Like I didn't feel anything towards anybody besides my kids. So it got to a point where I had to really dig deep and figure out where that failed at, because I needed that back. I couldn't go. I know I can't go through life not feeling for other people. Like, that's just not what life is cracked up to be.
Right, yeah, but I mean, in that particular situation, the positive thing in it that is something I learned a long time ago. Um, solitude is not a bad thing.
Oh, for sure.
You
I
know,
think that's where I'm working myself up to, because I couldn't just cold turkey men. That just wasn't gonna happen.
we hope you don't cold turkey got that man. That's it, like shit. What is it?
that,
What else
that
is it
just
if you
wasn't.
cold turkey man? What is it out there? If you cold turkey man, what is it that you gonna do?
That's why I say, like, these last couple of years, I kind of just dated just to get a feel for what it was that I do like in men and what I don't like. So I'm really growing to that point where I don't want to date no more. I am getting there. Like, it's more so not even because of men, just because of where I'm headed in life and how much of myself I found and discovered.
Amanda said she
Amanda said, I
prefers
prefer to play this field. Men are so stupid, so why not? And I wouldn't
absolutely
say
not.
that.
Let
I
me
wouldn't say
let's
that.
let's clarify something. Let's do let's do math if you would, if you don't mind. We're gonna start at 100%. Let's do some math.
Uh-huh.
Here's the dynamic, right? And I think I've said this before somewhere else, maybe not on the podcast, but uh, if you consider women right now, women outnumber men about 6, 7 to 1.
For sure.
There's a few reasons why. First thing being this right here. Uh, the incarceration rate of men, especially black men. If you had 100, you had to knock off about a third of that because they in jail, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
leaves you at 2/3 of 100%. Now, the other, there's a third of men that belong to the LMNOP community, LGBTQ, whatever you all call it. Not saying you can't counsel me because I'm just like that, but and then you
No,
have a
for
third.
sure.
You have a third. If you take half of that third, they either in a relationship already or they
Mm-hmm.
married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have half of a third left. Out of that half of a third, you have the drug dealers, the
Mm-hmm.
liars, the cheaters, and all them bros right there, right? So the shit.
Yep.
And then if you find a good man within that is rare, right? So um, that's why you have women.
Oh, that is true facts. And that's what I be trying to get people to understand. Like, the choices we have as women and men out here are very, very, it's rare. It's very rare.
Right. So when you settle, if you settle for
Yep.
something, you either get halfway or you get just this dog ass dude who getting
Mm-hmm.
ready to take you up through the. I mean, and if you desperate, and if you acting out of desperation, you'll settle for that instead of saying
Yep.
I'm better than that, saying I don't have to put up with that. But if I don't put up with that, what am I going to have, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
fear is that I'm just going to be lonely, or I'm going to turn into a cat lady and be by my motherfucking self. So you're dealing with that, right? And then
Yep.
after that, you begin to say, they feel is so fucked up. I'm just going to play the field. But you playing the field with the same motherfucker that you say ain't no good. So
Mm-hmm.
that make you a hypocrite then. Because you are willing to deal with them as long as you don't have to permanently deal with them. So shit, in that
Mm-hmm.
particular case, it's still out of fight. You're not gonna win that game either. So at the end of it,
And that's where I'm at. That's why I say it's just like, it's a never ending cycle. But my brain had to take that path for some odd reason, but that's just a part of my journey. It is what it is. It's happened. But I know that it is coming to a close, like, for sure. Like, I got a whole brand and everything I'm literally building around it. So that's why I say I know it's definitely coming to a close. Like, closer I get with God, the more I start really digging deeper into me and finding more of myself. Yeah.
right,
So that's why I'm like, even with him right now, this is kind of like a end of road thing. I really think this gonna be my last hoorah. Like, my best friend just told me, like, bitch, you're lying to yourself. I said I am for now, because I'm contemplating a lot of shit. But Once I cut him off, I think that's gonna be it. Because right now he's the only person that I'm dealing with. So
Oh
once
man.
I cut these strings, I think I'm gonna be cool. Because my little friend that I was actually full time with, like we were living together,
Uh-huh.
he up and left me. So
Oh damn. So
yeah, that was on some him shit. He had some shit going on that he wanted to get himself together. So it was a it wasn't a mutual separation, but it was understood.
I got you. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. So I can wrap a ball around the 1/3 thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last portion of men that you find to be uh that you find that would be available, that could be really decent dudes, would be nerdy type dudes. And motherfuckers that women look at and say, I never want him because he's boring. You feel me? So
Yep.
there are some good guys out here, but those guys are not my type per se.
Yep.
They're not your type. So therefore, the statement that says there's no good guys, there are, but I'm talking about you don't you don't want Poindexter. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want Poindexter. You want a little bit of danger or a little bit of excitement. And
And
when
yeah,
it comes along, excitement.
and I think that's my problem, and I realized that because that was definitely a thing about me. Like I can't say I really had no good dudes that was really not my type because they were nerdy or just wasn't it. It was just something. It was the energy just wasn't there because I'm big on energy. If our energy is good, I could sit around you all day. I can grow to love you. I really feel like that can happen. I can grow to love you. But if the energy is not really there and I'm willing to give it a try, like this one guy I was seeing out here, he was really landing on thick. But see, I think a lot of guys that are good dudes really don't know that trying to lead with your finances is the quickest way to either get played or turn the right woman away. Because
So
that's what I found myself running into a lot are the good ones who could be great husbands and great fathers and all of this good shit, but they lead with finances. And it's just like, if your financial stature is all you have to stand on, what the fuck am I gonna do with that?
right, because it's not enough women that counteract the ideology. If he ain't
Mm-hmm.
got this much money in the bank, I can't fuck with you. Like let me give you a viewpoint of how men would view that, right? You look at professional athletes and drug dealers and all that there, right? Most of the time you see them, they girlfriends or whatever are absolutely stunning. They have nice bodies and all that shit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when the dude may have money, but he not in that confidence mode. He might be some tech nerd or some shit like that for Silicon Valley or something. He's not confident enough to feel like he can have her unless he come forward with his money first. Because that's what society says now. In order for you to get this
Yeah.
type of woman, you have to have this type of status. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So bro got to settle for something else, or he got to get a mail order bride, or he got to go and buy. He got to go to the door store and buy the silicone human or whatever to throw on. I'm just keeping a butt, which I don't know why. Look, this. I
Oh,
never.
holler.
I'm never gonna come over here and sugarcoat nothing because that's not how that goes.
Mm-mm.
They selling them motherfucking. They listen. He'll buy that dummy
Oh, I know.
and lay it in the bed and that'll be his wife. But that's a sad. That's the crazy existence when you realize that. And that just for the record, women will do it too.
Oh, for
Women will
sure.
do it too. You feel me? And my concern with that is that eventually you'll go and get you an android robot or some shit like that, and eventually intimacy between men and women will start to disappear because you will feel like what they say what's the statement? uh I don't want the drama. It's gonna be a little bit of drama in this shit, man.
It
Whether you
gotta be.
not. If you
It
got a
don't
mother
have to
that
be.
never got
It
no
don't
fight
have
with
to
you
be
will push back.
toxic. Yeah, and it don't have to be toxic. That's what people fail to realize. Even if you have drama, as long as the communication is there and is so genuine. Like anything can get looked over or forgiven. Like it's nothing that you really can't get past if you communicate.
Right.
But I feel like that's where a lot of people really lose sight of a lot of shit because they don't know how to tell somebody, oh, you did this and it made me feel this type of way. And now since this happened, I've been seeing this going on and it's just made that void a little deeper. Instead of having that conversation, you trying to feel that shit elsewhere. And now you done broke this person's heart because y'all was in agreement that y'all was just exclusively together.
Right.
And now you done stepped out and now you done caused some pain over here that could have been avoided because maybe the pain that they caused you wasn't intentional. They
Right.
probably
And,
didn't realize it hurt you the way that it did, but because you
well,
didn't open your mouth and have a conversation.
right. And don't lead with your lust. You feel me? Because shit. Um, dude, real motherfuckers out here, man, feel like this here, right? Uh, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, hey, bro. I'm about tired of coming in and seeing the woman that I desire and be like, yo, she worth it. You feel me? And I gotta fight through uh the scars that you left behind before I get to the real person that is. You feel me? Or
Mm-hmm.
who that really is, because she got a guard up and shit like that. And I'm trying to, I gotta come in and put in twice, three times the work to get her to understand I'm trying. I
Yep.
really not that dude, you feel me? But I mean, she got trust issues now. She can't trust nobody. Just like dudes like that shit too. If you ever run across a dude and you be like, why this dude act like this? It's because somewhere along in there,
If
he had
somebody hurt.
gave enough.
Yep.
He had gave enough to go, okay, I'm gonna put my trust in this woman, like you just said. I'm gonna put my trust in this woman. I'm gonna try to exist in a space where we don't have to have a whole lot of arguments, a whole lot of disagreements.
Mm-hmm.
And he just become this docile person who's like, I don't want to fuck this up because I really want to be with this one. And sometimes that causes the person to take advantage of. And then when you hurt that person, he like, I ain't fucking with nobody now. You feel me?
Yep.
Now you done turn into a dog, and that's not even who the fuck he want to be. When he like, shit,
Mm-hmm.
somebody did it to me, so I'm finna do it too. And then that's when you have that when you have that shit spill over.
Yep.
Now when you go, ain't no good men. They are good men. You have to take the time to invest in the person to find out
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck happened to you. Like, you know the phrase they go, "Who hurt you, sir?"
Yeah.
You ain't
Who
gonna
hurt?
ask me who hurt you,
I'd be
sir.
so quick to ask that because let me know what I'm walking into. I hate that the new culture has this standard that I don't want to ask you about your past. I don't want to know. No, I want to fucking know what I'm walking into.
Yeah,
Because your past is going to tell me what I'm dealing with when it comes to you and what barriers I'm either going to face trying to be with you or what I'm willing to even what I'm willing to face. Like,
like give you a fair chance to decide whether this is something you want to do or not. You feel me? And it does go to communication though, because
yep.
um if you ask a person a question that they can't answer, and it's a serious question, it's pertinent that that you answer this question, then you know right then you're not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hold you up, but I don't want you to hold
Mm-hmm.
me up. And most people have to be adult enough to answer the questions that they've been asked, whether I lose you or not. I'm learning
Yep.
the process here that says if I get asked a question, I should answer that question. How many bodies you got? Uh Shit. Do you have an OnlyFans page? Whatever that shit is.
Yeah, whatever
You
it
should
is.
be able to say, yeah, no, that's not me. I did that once, whatever the case may be. And the person
Mm-hmm.
that asked the question should be ready for the answer. Because shit, once you ask the question, you have to be ready for what come behind that. You have to be ready for the
Yep.
answer. And a lot of people that deal with relationships and stuff these days don't want the answer. You feel me? They just want the instant gratification right then. But this shit take work. Being in a relationship with somebody takes work. It's not
Especially if
gonna
you
go.
want years in this shit.
Yeah, it's not paradise. It's not
Mm-mm.
Cinderella. It's not Snow White. It's not none of that shit right there. It takes
Nope.
work. These everyday people with everyday lives and shit. And if you compare a relationship with family life, work and all that shit right there, the thing gonna be a little bit more. It's gonna turn into more of a Rubik's cube and shit, or Pandora's box once you get into all that shit. But you must
Yep.
have those conversations, because if you don't have those conversations, you're not allowed to be upset when the unexpected pops up, because you never did ask about the unexpected. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what's the thing? You have a conversation with somebody. Um, you may go one day without having intimate conversations. You may get past two. The third day, we done forgot that we supposed to be asking life questions. And we want to know, can you cartwheel, do a full split, hang from the ceiling, and all that type of shit right there, you feel me? And that's where it goes. What's your favorite position and all of that there, you feel me? Do you have a
Yeah.
gag reflex and shit like that? And none of that is important when you building and establishing a relationship, because bro, if she like you, you're gonna find out all that shit uh at some point anyway. Ladies, if he like you, you gonna find out all that shit
Mm-hmm.
regardless, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, maybe that's the thing that at this point, maybe that's the thing. What you're doing right now might be good for a lot of people to say, I want to date a lot of people so I can find out what type of person I like or what person I don't like, and maybe you don't just go right into saying this is my person. Like, hey, listen, you do your thing, I do my thing. We see each other. Um, I uh, had a young lady back when I was uh in my 20s tell me, living in Atlanta actually, and I was moving back to Florida. She was like, "We gonna be together, and I know you're gonna be down there and get urges and everything, but just put a rubber on before you do something with somebody, because I know you're gonna be back here with me, and I don't want to have to deal with that." And
Mm-hmm.
that was some grown up shit back in my 20s, and I was like, "Yo, who rap like that at our age?" You feel me? But I get it. I get it. Don't bring nothing back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I had to learn that, because I mean, what she was saying to me was, "You gonna be gone." So if you put on a rubber down at the same time, I'll uh I'll do the same thing for you here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then shit, the outcome was different, because
Oh
uh
yeah.
while you doing that, you have to remember that you can also develop feelings for that other person. That's the idea of it. When you take that risk, you might like somebody more than you like the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So when I return back to Atlanta, I return back to this my baby. That's type of shit right there. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened? Cause I kept my end of the
Right.
bargain. Yeah, I kept my end of the bargain. What the fuck happened? We weren't supposed to do that. You feel me? But that's how that works. But you gotta have those type of communication. You gotta be open enough to talk and have those type of conversations, you feel me? So I mean, I don't know how the field look right now, whether it's got mud in it or whatever. But I mean, shit, it's worth if you have to determine inside of yourself whether it's worth you weeding through to find out or find somebody that's gonna make you happy. Because
Yeah.
other than that, uh, what's the use? I mean, you gonna be with a whole lot of people forever, because
And
that's
see, I think that's where I'm like, that's why I say I'm kind of like hitting that wall now because in my mind, now that I've seen that a man is capable of being honest within a situation like this, I feel like now I can step back. Like I was looking for a challenge, I met my match.
right.
And at this point I feel like, when this is said and done, because I know this is not my husband. I know that.
Okay.
So I'm not even caught up in this fairy tale la la land like, oh, me and this man gonna run away and get married. No.
Right.
I know this man, what he going through, he finna go through for a while. Him and his wife only been separated for the second time a year and a half.
Now,
So I
twice.
told him, I said, nigga, don't get me involved if you gonna go back to your wife. Now these other bitches I ain't worried about, but if you going back home, don't get me involved in that because I don't even do married men. I don't. That is one of my things. I don't.
Right.
I broke my rule on that because she out of state. All right, cool.
This.
It,
So
it's a little leeway there.
It is leeway. So I'm going to be this type of dude, right? And
Mhm.
again, disclaimer: I don't hate. That's not what I do. But shit, familiar, familiarity
Yeah.
is something. It's real. Like my man could hit a bump in the road, and then shit be like, "I'm gonna take my ball and go home." You feel me? But
Mhm.
separated and divorced is two different things. You feel me?
Yep.
And I'm not telling you that that's what's gonna happen. I'm just saying, and I know that you have that in your mind because you just stated it. But shit,
Mhm.
um, if you went back once, hell,
That's my thing. You'll go back again,
right,
and that's why I say, I'm kind of like winging myself off. But I think this was more so because even in my poly situations, anybody that I'm dating, I'm not sleeping with more than one person. So, most of the time my people be long distance and I have one that's close to me. So
right,
me dealing with this guy after I just got done with that situation, that all transpired like in a matter of weeks type of thing. It
okay,
wasn't coexisting. Like me and him was talking at that time, but no sex was being had. So I feel like me diving into this the way that I did after that ended was kind of like a rebound for me.
right,
And within that, I found sort of kind of what I've been looking for, which is a man that could be 100% honest with a lot of shit. Like, I feel like the nigga might be hiding something, but you're not lying to me. Because, like you said, if I open my mouth and I ask those questions, I get the answer.
right,
Whether it's the answer that I want or not, I still get an answer. And it's an answer that I could feel in my heart is as genuine as possible to be as close to the 100% truth as he can give.
right,
So, with that, it's just like, now that I see that in him, I'm kind of taking that and I'm doing the work on myself. Like, what is it that even made me crave that shit?
right.
What is it
Because
that
you,
put me in that perspective to want to even, intertwine myself in that and coming out of it? That's why I said I got so much planned with this because I know this shit, it's finna be amazing for myself.
right,
It's really finna change me.
yeah, I think it has already.
For
I
sure.
think that you wanted to know that somebody can be honest. You feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, because I mean that's the goal, right? You want to know that somebody gonna be brutally honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
regardless. Do I look good in this dress? No, ma'am. Not
Mm-hmm.
gonna do that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Or don't I got? I'm looking good coming from the gym on the bay. No, you got a little more work to do. But to be around somebody that you can deem as genuine reassures you that it's still people out there that can be genuine. You feel me?
Yeah.
Most of the fear comes with what if this motherfucker is honest enough to tell me some shit that I don't want to hear right now?
Mm-hmm.
And then the fear sets in, and now you like shit. I'm just gonna settle for what I got. But if you truly want somebody to be honest, you gotta be open to hearing what they say. You got a girlfriend, you married or whatever, and the mother say,
Yep.
yeah, you be like, I can't deal with that. But I'm not gonna be able to deal with that. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta be willing if you're gonna be dating to hear
It
and
all.
allow a person to be honest regardless of what come out. You feel me?
Yep.
So, and that's what that is. So, yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate this conversation. I promise you, it gave me so much clarity. And yeah, now I'm gonna have to cut you in on this percentage of the brand when it take off because hey, you just unlocked the door, okay?
Yeah, I don't need a percentage. This is what we do. This is how when there's a I go where there's a need, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That you want to
Yeah,
have a conversation, and I mean, shout out to B fam for looking and saying my
for
man
sure.
got good insight. You feel me? But I mean, don't hesitate to reach out if you need some insight, man. That's how I roll. I
I
roll up to
got
the
you.
team and I do what I'm supposed to do. You feel me?
I appreciate that. Tell the people where they can hit you at. Look, we don't went over on time, but
Well,
they
you
gonna
know
get
you
out.
can get me every Thursday, 5 o'clock, kicking off Man Cave Thursday. Uh, Zoe, DC, and Booty Who. Uh, I hope to see you, Robin, if you still listening because I missed you last week. Robin, come back. You can go to I See What You Doing podcast at TikTok, and you can go Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Same thing. Right there. I see what you're doing right after Mr. Podcast. Like, subscribe, and share, man, and let everybody know. To meet me at 5 o'clock on Thursday. I got something big this week. So Robin, show up.
Okay.
I got you. But
All
that's
right,
it.
y'all know to catch me here every Tuesday, 11 p.m. Simply Complicated Chats with your lovely host, Tanisha Marie. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all next week.